Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayo Tunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Lagos holds 17th Executive Legislative Forum, Lagos launches new health insurance package and 2022 Boy Child Initiative. We begin with the Executive and Legislative Parley, where diversity of culture and ideas took the center stage of discussion. The forum offered Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu an opportunity to share the achievement made so far by his administration and seek support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of the 2023 general elections. Take a look.
17th Executive Legislative Parley. The event is attended by the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Kadri Hamzat, Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, cabinet members and representatives of the National Assembly. Top on the agenda is citizens' participation in the 2023 general elections.
As we are all aware, another election circles in Nigeria. The 2023 general election is fast approaching, and the time to begin strategic planning for a successful 2023 is now. It is in this light of the above, the theme for this parley mobilizes citizens as a social capital towards 2023 general elections. It has been deliberately and carefully crafted for this parley.
The Speaker of the State Assembly echoes the need for citizens' involvement in the forthcoming general elections.
You will all agree with me that the necessity and significance of this parley is explicit and known. More than ever before, the elected and appointed public office holders of Lagos State at all levels must bond together and work in the best interest of the state with a common vision. The fact that Nigeria is planning another election after 23 years of democratic transition is a sign that democratic principles have been widely accepted in spite of the myriad of problems confronting the process. As the nation shows growing commitment to its stability, the time is ripe for civil society to prepare itself and the citizenry to demand power sharing in a truly participatory democracy. The first step in addressing this is for parties involved to educate themselves and the public about democratic principles and create an environment in which more people are contributing to development by registering to vote and are voting to prepare the ground for greater citizen voice in decision making. As we prepare for another election year, this is the need to emphasize the fact that access to political education increases engagement in politics by developing the citizens' cognitive skill, which in turn enables them to process complex information about political system and to enhance feeling of civic duties.
Governor Sanwo-Olu highlights the achievements made so far under his administration and drums support for the APC national leader Bola Tinubu to help him achieve his presidential ambition.
In the last 2.5 years, we have indeed raised the bar. We have ensured that our effective and efficient integrated internodal transportation services is working. We're pushing our citizens using the waterways. We're pushing our citizens on the bus rapid, on the road corridors. We're pushing our citizens with the plan to ensure that our rail projects are completed before the end of the year. In housing, we've handed over new housing projects in different parts of the city. In Ikorodu, the Gbogbo, the BOS Benson housing estate, in Badagry, in Lekki, in Bejuleki, in Victoria Island, in Ilupeju. Everywhere we're developing houses and we're collaborating, ensuring that we cannot provide it all by ourselves. And so we can see that development is happening in every nooks and crannies. Our party continues to remain a party of choice. It continues to remain a party that understands and knows that social contract is about ensuring that we can improve quality of life for our citizens. In technology, in tourism, in entertainment, one new investment or the other is going on. And we're significantly pushing investment also in agriculture. I'm sure you know that the rice will be accessible, will be available in Lagos once we start, our 32 metric ton rice mill in Imota, which will be commissioned by the grace of God before the second quarter of this year. I think it's important for us to also know that 2023 will be a difficult year. Will be difficult not in terms of security difficulty, but in terms of the political terrain that we see. And what do I mean? Our leader, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has given a lot to this country, has given a lot to almost all of us in this room, has opened up opportunities for a greater Lagos that we're talking about today. Today, it's about him. Today is about the conversation of a bigger, a greater Nigeria. And I can see from the various dress codes that we've put forward this morning, it's time for us to take Lagos to a Nigerian agenda. It's time for us to work assiduously and ensure that all of the successes and the green in Lagos can be reflected in Nigeria as a whole. And so that's why I'm also calling on all of us to ensure that we do everything we can do, politically and otherwise, ensure that we can indeed help to activate and actualize the next president of Nigeria.
Outside the event, some of the legislatives applaud the governor's infrastructure development and also say that the government will continue to provide employment opportunities for the people.
Give commendation and directive of Mr. Speaker on the floor of the House to the governor that is doing a lot. I spoke with respect to the rail line. Transportation is very key to any community. I mean, it determines how businesses are run, how socialization takes place, everything, even health. Transportation is very key. And if he could do that, and we've seen him doing it, and he's delivering, he's not dropping the ball, he's finishing projects, starting new ones and finishing projects. And, so if he can finish it, which is very key, I think he's doing very well. I can say confidently, we commend him once again.
In the right direction, and it's a melting point for those of us in the public service, be at the state or at the federal level. It's an opportunity for us to synchronize all our programs, our plans as regard Lagos State, and it's an opportunity for us to also fraternize and get ourselves together, having worked so far apart within at least for quite some time. For this year's team, which I see as a welcome development, knowing fully well that the election is fast approaching, and also Lagos State, we are looking for the #1 seat in the country. This team cannot come at a better time like this. And I can assure you, by the time those who want to do justice to this particular topic will have finished, we will have been able to evaluate ourselves as regard where we are, where we should be, and where we are going to.
Deliberations reached at this parley will help provide more dividends of democracy for the people of Lagos State.
Moving on to healthcare delivery, the Lagos State government has launched 3 additional health plans under the state health insurance scheme called Ilera Eko. The wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Sanwo-Olu, says the expansion of the scheme is to accommodate more health issues that affect residents of the state.
Health insurance.
Universal health coverage is designed to reduce the burden of healthcare finances on individuals. This is one area the Lagos State government is paying attention to through the State Health Management Agency. The agency, which is in charge of Ilera Eko Health Scheme, has launched revised and new benefit package for residents at an event attended by various government officials, as well as the wife of the state governor, Dr. Sanwo-Olu. The Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, appeals to residents to take advantage of the new healthcare package.
It is important for us as people of this state to know that when we're healthy, that is the time when you look forward to protect yourself and your family by securing an insurance package for yourself. It is not when you get sick that you should be looking for how to pay for your health bills. We all know that one visit to a doctor, especially if you have to see a specialist or if you have complications and you have to have multiple types of tests, you can be going home with a very large bill. Sometimes that bill can cripple you and your family economically. And if you come from a large group of a large family, you'll suddenly find out that people are contributing their savings just to get you well and back into a good state. But we all know that if you buy insurance, what you could have spent in one day for your health, you can use the same amount of money to cover you and your family for an entire year with a broad spectrum of health facilities.
And the State Health Management Agency says the scheme now has a coverage of 46% and will increase in 2022.
Ilera-Eco is what we call the State Social Health Insurance Plan, and this is the one that is for the common man, it is for the masses. We make it as affordable as possible so that everyone, regardless, as I said before, of your socio-economic status, you can have access to care. This just shows an overview of our journey so far in terms of getting people on board. We started, at the end of 2020, we had about 300,000 enrollees, and by the end of 2021, we had grown that number to about 550. Now in January, we've added about 6,000 new people in January. And as you can see from the bottom there, we had a 46% increase in 2021. Our population of enrollees is largely civil servants, which is 51%. The general public is 15%, and the vulnerables are 34%. The service utilization for 2021, we had a total of 2,553 antenatal visits in 2021, a total of 994 deliveries, 518 of which were vaginal deliveries, and 476 were cesarean section. We had 109 surgeries that were carried out under the scheme. Currently, we have a population of about 941 who are diabetics on the scheme, and also 4,225 who are hypertensive patients that are being managed by this scheme.
We now have the Ilera-Eco Standard Plus, which is entirely new. So you have more primary care, you have more secondary care. So this is more robust than the standard plan. And so the mental picture that we should be having now is that we're having a product shelf where people will have choices. So it is positioned to take care of the formal sector, general public, especially middle class and above, private groups and social clubs, SMEs. So what is new in addition to the standard plan in the standard plus? Additional premium is required this time around, 15,000 for an individual, because you have more. Higher glasses, lens and frame, medical screening, ever more tests, CT scan, echocardiogram, dialysis is covered, physiotherapy, cancer tests, cervix and breast, higher cancer treatment up to 2 million, feeding subsidy. Ilera-Eco Diaspora Plan. This is a bespoke plan. So, we designed this plan to promote inclusiveness. I am sure everyone is familiar with the discussion over the years with INEC, saying Nigerians in diaspora should have the opportunity to vote. And we also think Nigerians in diaspora should also have the opportunity to pay premiums for their relatives and friends living in the country.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, World Health Organization, and other partners applaud this initiative.
Now, Lagos State holds a very special place in our hearts. It's the only state we engage in the South. And we've had an excellent partnership with the state dating back to 2010. And we are particularly delighted that our support through the strategic purchasing for family planning, maternal, newborn, and child health project implemented by a consortium of partners and ably led by the Health System Consult Limited, HSCL, who did a great job working with LASHMA, HEFAMA, and the State Ministry of Health and other partners contributed to the actuarial studies and other work that led to the review of the benefits package to now include the full bouquet of services, including family planning, of course. And this is no small feat because Lagos State has blazed the trail as the first state to incorporate the full complement of family planning services into the health benefits package. And we hope that other states and their national health insurance scheme will learn from this and do the same.
This package will guarantee access to affordable health care, which is a sure way to achieving the universal coverage. And so as WHO, our job is mainly to provide technical support. And we are very willing to work with the state government in the rollout of this impressive package.
We are aware of what family planning, does in the life of a woman. We have one of the highest maternal mortality rates all over the world. And we know that family planning can reduce this maternal mortality rate by as much as 30 to 40%. So including this in the basic package really is very exciting to UNFPA.
Mrs. Sanwo-Olu, who is also a medical doctor, says over 700 million naira has been disbursed for universal healthcare coverage.
In the face of new economic realities and an evaluation of the health needs, you will all agree with me that these improvements are indications of our concern for the people of Lagos and commitment to the fact that Lagosians deserve the best of everything, including health packages. The administration has continued to support the operations of Ilera Eco by subsidizing the premium of public participating in the scheme through paying 75% of the total premium, and we have disbursed 750 million equity fund to pay insurance premiums for the vulnerable residents of the state. We are looking to make the equity fund a first-line charge which will improve the health of the vulnerable in the state as we also improve their lives through social protection interventions. We are working to improve the quality of services provided in public facilities by embanking on public-private partnerships, PPP, for the management and maintenance of various primary health care facilities, PHCs, across the state.
Residents have been advised to key into the Ilera Eco healthcare plan and avoid excessive spending on medical services.
Dear Lagosians, the deadly coronavirus pandemic is here. Its new strain is easily transmitted and deadlier. Coronavirus symptoms are fever, dry cough, tiredness, difficulty in breathing. We can all prevent the spread of this virus through appropriate and regular use of face masks, avoiding close contact with people who are at high risk, washing our hands regularly with soap and running water, especially after visiting the toilet, before eating and after coughing or sneezing, using alcohol-based hand sanitizer, maintaining at least 1.5 meters or 5 feet distance from anyone coughing or sneezing, covering our mouths with tissue while coughing or sneezing, and brushing the tissue. If you feel unwell and show symptoms of coronavirus, or you notice anyone who does, please call the Lagos State Emergency Hotlines 08000 ECOMED or 0803 33 56 5529. Many are dead. Don't fall victim or die in ignorance. Report now. Together, we will overcome this challenge. Igbega Ipinle Eko, Ajumoshini, Lagos State Government. Announcer.
And finally, on the program, the Lagos State Government has organized a 3-day lecture and workshop for secondary school boys in the state to build a new generation of transformed male children that will contribute positively to the society.
Boys from Lagos secondary schools, special correctional centers, and orphanage homes across the state are gathered at the State Senior Model College, Badore Aja, for one course, the boy-child education.
Don't fraternize with Bacaratas.
Creating a vision for transformation is an essential component of the boy-child initiative organized by the Office of the First Lady, Dr. Ebijoke Sanwo-Olu, and designed to bring issues affecting boys to the front burner and prefer solutions. One of the facilitators, who was once exposed to drugs, educate the boys on use of substances, while a security officer asked them to be wary of information they are exposed to on the internet.
I sat down at a field, a military called Jalisco Stadium. I sat at Jalisco that I thought to myself, I think I was smoking White London. The odor changed to me. And I made a vow to myself, I was not born again, that from today, I will not smoke this cigarette again. Reformation of a drug addict is a process, but it starts from you being willing. When you are willing, you cry out for help. So I went home and told my brother, bro, I am tired of drugs. This is me. I was on drugs for 15 years. They never saw me drink a bottle of beer in my family once. But yes, I was always high. Bro, I am tired of drugs. I need help. Just recently, some boys were arrested in Ogun State when they killed a girlfriend of one of them. But where? Can you tell me what led to that? Simple. The guy whose girlfriend was killed was surfing internet and stumbled on a site where somebody was telling them how to make money. How you can use somebody to make money. After reading those bad stuff, he decided to practicalize it. That was what led to that ugly incident we had in Ogun State. That's what I'm saying. You don't just click on any message or any information that comes while you are surfing on the net. Always be guided. We will not deprive you from having phone. We will not deprive you from buying you data so that it will help you in your studies. But you must be very careful, decide you visit so that you will not be misled.
The State Commissioner for Health, Professor Abayomi, harps on the need to shun social vices and encourages them to concentrate on their studies.
Let me tell you, there is nothing hotter than a boy with straight A's. Huh? Go and ask any girl, they will be whispering, boy, no. It's hot. That boy is going somewhere. I'm not saying don't have an interest in life, but let's make sure that you are focused. Let's have what is your focus? Your focus is to become a professional, to add value to society, to add value to yourself, so that when I buy your services, I'm going to be buying at a high rate, not 5,000 naira a day, but 5,000 naira a minute. The only way you can do that is to be serious and to skill yourself and not end up in the hands of inspector of police at Panti or inside the dungeons of cults where you are now answering to masters who don't care for you.
Dr. Sanwo-Olu says the state government will ensure that the boy child is not neglected but supported to achieve his dreams.
A lot of things are happening. They're painting the boy child bad. He's always bullying. He's a macho man. That's the only thing we hear about them. Okay, maybe one of them became president, governor, but the story and the picture we're having out there is not good. And we want to change the narrative. We want them to know that the boys are also very useful men. The boys are going to become men. And boys have emotions too. And so they need mentoring, they need follow-up, they need us to understand them. Today, again, I say it's about the boy child. In this hall, we have children from the 5 divisions of Lagos State. Ikeja, Badagry, Ikorodu, Lagos Island, Lagos and Epe. We have children from the informal sector and children from the formal sector. We have children that have the opportunity of going to a proper school, primary school, GS 1 to 3, SS1 to SS3. And then we have some children that don't have that structure, also in this hall. But they are fortunate to be with people that love them so much. They are not their parents, but they are caring for them. Children from the orphanages, children from the correctional centers. The youth leader said we should take this to the community. Boys are everywhere. You see some boys hawking. You see some boys fishing. You see some boys under the bridge. They are still boys. And so I appreciate what the youth leader was saying, that we definitely need to take it to the community. But it starts from here. And these are our ambassadors.
And for the students, the lecture has broadened their scope of knowledge.
This program is an eye-enlightening program. It will widen one's understanding. It will create a new man in one. It will make one to have access to that master key that will make one to be able to achieve one's goal. The one has planned before and the one is yet to plan.
In this program, I learned a lot of things, and what I'm taking back, I gained some intelligence, some skills, some knowledge, some way of interacting and achieving goals. So also, it adds to my mission, also my vision.
As the Lagos State government continues to engage boys in secondary schools, parents and guardians are also advised to pay a close attention to their children and help them become leaders of tomorrow.
And this is where we call it today on the program, Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, please stay safe.